All right, we are live. Welcome to our viewers and to Grace and Vibhuti today. We have two pianists with us performing for our Wednesday, the 14th of August, 6:30 session. I would like us to open the concert with Vibhuti. So when you're ready, why don't you go ahead and introduce your piece and who composed it?
My name is Babuthi, and I'm going to be playing Rondo alla Turca by Mozart.
Cool. Are you playing the whole thing, by the way, or just a
Uh,
portion?
just to measure 88.
To measure 80,
88.
88. Okay, excellent. Bravo, Vibhuti. Did you enjoy that?
Sort of. I don't know. For
Yeah.
some reason, in the middle of the piece, I just got really nervous. And then I started shaking and everything.
Why? It's just piano. It's fine. It's fine. How would you practice or prepare it in a way that you can play with a more feeling of being solid and grounded? What could you do?
I'm not sure. During practice, I was doing fine. And then I just started
Hmm.
kind of panic.
Sure. Hey, Grace, do you want to offer some advice for Vibhuti? First of all, do you want to just go ahead and list some things that she's currently doing well, and then offer some ideas for her so she can control her nerves a bit more for these tricky sections? What would you advise?
Oh, sure. I think I you have a very steady way of playing it. I liked how steady it was. It was like da da da. It was very nice. And it was nice in general. And I think for your nerves, one thing that Dr. Ludwig taught me was actually when you're performing, you can like instead of thinking like, oh, this note is next, what's the next note? You should not should, but you could try thinking about like, I guess, how you want to present the piece to the audience and how you want the audience to, I guess, feel. Um, and another thing, I know it is really like nerve-wracking to perform, but I find that sometimes when I practice, I record myself, so it kind of simulates somebody's watching me, especially in like this Zoom environment. So that's something that could be helpful as well.
Yeah, that's great, Grace. Yeah, I think that the idea is it's twofold. We need another thought vibhuti to replace, oh no, I'm gonna screw up. You know,
Yeah.
you need a much healthier thought than that. And so often what we want to do is we want to have a look at the music and figure out, okay, so what do we want from this? It could simply be play this as beautiful as possible or as connected as possible. Yeah, that's it. So you're constantly listening out to your tone. Or maybe you might want to divide the phrase in two. So you've got the first part, second part, first part, second part. You'll become so consumed with that. There's no time to think, oh no, what if I don't play the right note? Because this is a lot more relevant and it's more interesting for the brain, right? Second thing, you want to create the feeling. You want to create the feeling of performing, kind of like it's deja vu. So Grace is right. Recording yourself doing it, or even playing it 3 times, and every time that you play it correctly and you're satisfied with it, you can put one object from one part of the piano to the other, like 3 pencils. All right, and then you'll notice when you get to the third pencil, you're like, oh no, I got to get this right, otherwise I got to start all over again. That also simulates, the intensity. So play around with those 2 ideas. But I thought in general you did pretty well. Like, this is a big piece. There's a lot going on. Just remember, where is it? Here, the E sharp continues right the way through the bar. You notice it? So you played E sharp needs to be there for all the notes. Yeah? So just a little editing thing to keep in mind. I thought you did this all really well. If anything, I would encourage you to use your hand more, rolling on the keys. It's going to provide more shape and direction for the phrase, but also it gives your hand a chance to reset. Because if you keep it you see it's already in the set position. It doesn't have time to breathe. 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 If you have patterns as well, like this, and you can roll your hand, roll the hand. All right? So that, because you're constantly looking for ways to free up the hand as you play, and you're just reserving energy rather than putting all your energy into one spot. And if the hand stays still, there's a higher chance that it'll lock, and that halfway through it'll start to get painful and you won't be able to play the whole thing, especially when you're playing it at speed. Right? Does that make sense? So all of these things, I think you did these rather well. Right? Keep your hand loose, keep it bouncing, but keep the fingertips firm. So you want the fingertips to always be in contact with the keys, almost kind of pulling at them, but the hand itself is kind of like the spring on a trampoline. Right? Same thing, when you do the octaves. I noticed that if you watch your video back, your hand is rather still on the octaves. It's like that. How should it be? What's a more healthy way to play those octaves? You want to show me? You can just play it on your arm.
Like why my hand?
What was that? Sorry?
Like why my hand move?
Yeah. So you play, let go, play, let go, play, let go. So it's almost kind of like you're massaging the key. All right. Do it slowly at first. At first you're gonna like, oh wow, it takes so much time to readjust again. For now, just do that. Play it slowly. Dun, dun, dun. You do it enough, Vibhuti, you won't need to do it anymore. The hand just internalizes that breath. All right? Because at the moment it's that. And I'm just afraid that if you do that for too long, it will start to get a little bit sore. Yeah. So just keep all these things in mind. So I think the first thing is just think about creating breath in your playing. Any chance that you get to breathe, do that. Allow your hand to breathe. And then use more of the hand rotation and rolling forward to play all of this here. Same thing with this here. Right? This is actually the snare drum. Yeah? Because the story behind this piece is that it's inspired by Turkish military. And you can imagine Mozart sitting in his apartment, looking out the house, and he opens up his little shutters and he sees people with violins and trumpets and snare drums and a bass drum just marching down the street on the cobblestone walkway. So all of this stuff here, it's got to be the snare drum, right? Or like the bass drum. And all of this here. What's that? What instrument could that be? Is it a low sounding instrument or is it a high pitch sounding instrument?
High pitch.
Right? So what are you thinking? Think of marching bands. What could be playing this?
Like a woodwind instrument? Like clarinet?
Possibly. Yeah, possibly. Maybe even like a trumpet. Bum, 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 right? So just bear that in mind when you're playing this piece. Think about the instrumentation. One last thing, because it's a military piece, the left hand imitates the movements of when they march. And so, they'll go left, 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 right, left, 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 right, left. That's where this comes from. You see it? So play around with a lot of these ideas. I know I'm throwing a lot at you, but I think the biggest thing is figure out the places that you want the hand to breathe first. Use all this information here to just feed the imagination so that you don't need to think too much about perfection, but rather about creation. Yeah? All right, cool. Well done, Vibhuti. Until the next episode, yeah? Okay, cool. All right, Miss Grace, go ahead and introduce yourself and your piece, please.
Hi, I'm Grace, and I'll be playing A Dream of Flight by Yohei Asai.
Beautiful, Grace. It's definitely leveled up from last time. There's more sense of structure. There's more conviction there in your playing. Like you've got more self-belief in how the parts unravel, how they fold. It sounds quite classical, huh? In parts.
Yeah, kind of, sometimes.
Dun, da, 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 dun, dun, da, da, dun, dun. Could even be a piece by Chopin. Interesting. Vibhuti, what did you think of that performance? What are your takeaways from that?
I liked how it was really studied like throughout the whole piece, and the articulation was good.
Yeah, yeah. The steadiness, do you feel that the steadiness helped you follow along with the music?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's something interesting about that, right? When a piece is steady and it's stable, it's a lot easier to follow, like a conversation. If the rhythm of your words and the speed that you speak with is stable, the other person can hear what you're saying, right? And then they can react accordingly. So that's an interesting remark, right, Grace? Just having that stability made it a lot easier to hear and follow. What else did you get from the performance of Bhuti? Anything else that you appreciated, or some ideas that she can focus on to improve for next time?
Um, I don't. I think I didn't hear most of it, but I think uh she. I heard that she did good on the dynamics. Like I heard a lot of variation, but that could have just been me like not hearing the whole piece.
Yeah. You're getting old, Vibhuti.
Like the connection.
Yes, the connection. No, you're right. It's a little bit tricky when we're all playing online because things cut in and out. Okay, cool. Thank you for your thoughts. Grace, what did you think overall of that performance?
Mm, I where I was really panicking. Do as well as we could have, but no, oh,
Yeah, I think that the big takeaway though is that first of all, Vibhuti and I didn't actually notice that you were panicking. Vibhuti, did you notice that she was panicking? Yeah,
No, I thought she.
must be the connection. If we were there, like, oh my gosh, she needs help. No, it's you've played it enough times now, and you're becoming a lot more. You know yourself. You know yourself, and you're starting to understand these emotions and moods and feelings that come through you when you're playing. Like, oh, okay, I'm feeling a little bit scared there, but that's okay because that'll pass, and then I'll get to the next part, and it'll be fine again, right? And so you manage to keep that tempo going the whole way. always consider the line. Always consider where the line of the music, where it's headed, right? Or if there are certain interesting harmonies that you want us to listen out for, like all this stuff, right? Then things like these over here, where it takes us on a little bit of a journey, and then sway with the music even more when the harmonies continue changing through this, yeah? And then once this here comes in, bring out more of the left hand as well. I think you'll find as well when we get to a high part in the music and then it comes back down, there are certain spots where you can breathe just a little. It's that part where you're going as high as you can and then you come back down. This could be one of them. Yeah. So just think about how you want to phrase some of these sections when the music at its high and then it heads back down. This is interesting. So you're just kind of playing this freestyle, right? Or are you actually playing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 names?
Yes, to like actually play like the whole all like play it act- but I'm pretty sure I messed.
Yeah. Yeah, if it was me, I'd probably just play it like a tremolo. Does Yudima actually play 1, 2, 3, 4, 1? Does he play it rhythmically like that?
Mm,
Have you heard the recording?
no, because I think in the movie it's not piano. It's like a lot of it
Yeah.
should be more of a tremolo because they use like
I
a
would
little.
imagine I would imagine as a tremolo. 1, 2, 3. Try and keep the tempo though for this. 2, 3. Yeah. I mean you can bend it just slightly, but I think just to help you and the listener as well, keep a beat. Make this flutter, but then the left hand. See if you can keep a little bit more of a pulse. Yeah.
Yeah, got it.
Just see how it works. I don't know. You might like what you're doing, but I'm just thinking when we go back to just creating more of a structure and something a little bit more solid to follow, especially if you were playing this with an orchestra. If you're playing with an orchestra, you'd want to be a little bit more on the beat. Yeah. But great. This is definitely it has a lot more. It has a lot more storytelling in your playing and the tone that you're getting as well. It's a lot warmer. So that's great. Keep it up. Next thing to do would be to get into the memory, eh?
Yeah.
You're like, yeah, another day. You'll be surprised though at how much you already have in the memory. You should experiment this weekend. Just play it off book, see how much, and record it, and see how much you can get through. Okay.
Of course.
Awesome. All right, ladies, well done. Thank you so much for playing. I'm going to post up the video very soon so you guys can watch it back and then make your own assessments so you can continue improving for next time. Okay. All right. Have a great rest.